I think I'm good to start. So, bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. My name is Antoine Baillargeon, and I'm the program coordinator here at the Ottawa branch of the National Association of Federal Retirees. So I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which the branch office is located is traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. So on behalf of the Ottawa branch, I'm pleased to welcome you to today's webinar titled Chair Yoga Class for Flexibility and Relaxation, presented by Meg Stickl-Kroeker, owner of local business Aim Fitness. And the session will be led by Francine Beaulne, guest instructor. So Meg specializes in fitness for adults over 50 and has been working in this field for over 15 years. We're proudly in our second year of collaborating with Meg, who offers our members fitness classes every month. Today's webinar with Francine and Meg will be a chair yoga session to help relax and unwind before the holiday season. Veuillez noter que le webinaire sera présenté en anglais, mais la participation bilingue est toujours encouragée. I do want to give a special welcome to anyone here who is not yet a member of the association. We hope that these webinars will inspire you to join us. And to our members, we hope that these webinars will encourage you to maintain your membership. Remember that you can always give the gift of membership. To learn more about giving the gift of membership, please find the link that will be included in the follow-up email. I also want to advise our members about our annual mega recruitment drive. So there's still time left until December 31st. Every time you successfully recruit a new member, you'll receive a ballot to win one of 14 great prizes, including $10,000 in cash, courtesy of Johnson Insurance. So all members who successfully recruit a new member will also receive a $5 Tim Hortons gift cards. There are no limits, so you can recruit as many members as you want and receive as many ballots as you recruit. After today's webinar, the Ottawa branch will send you an email with instructions on how to access the recording and more information on the mega recruitment drive and how to join the association or give the gift of membership. Remember that you can always invite non-members to register for webinars and try us out for free. There will be a question and answer period at the end of the webinar, so please type any questions you may have in the chat box. Excuse me. And Meg and Francine will answer them after the session. Now I'm going to turn the presentation over to our speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Antoine. Nice to have everyone join us today. So I just wanted to let you know the flow of this morning. So Francine will be starting with a chair exercise class. Francine has been teaching yoga for quite a while now, over 10 years. And her passion is to work specifically with adults 50 plus. So we recently connected and Francine is offering some yoga classes in the new year. So if you are interested in joining an AIM class, definitely get in contact with me. And I wanted to let you know after the yoga session today, I'm going to be leading you through a guided meditation just to really help you fully relax even deeper before we finish up with our question and answer, and then we'll be closing the session for the morning. So thank you for watching and being here and for participating. So Francine, I'm going to pass it over to you. Thanks for being here with us this morning.
Thank you so much. It's absolutely my honor to be guiding you through this practice. Chair yoga is a wonderful way to practice yoga and can be done from your home, even as you're watching television, perhaps you're traveling and you'll be on a flight. Some of what we do will be exercises, stretching that you can do while flying. Bonjour et bienvenue à tous. C'est un honneur pour moi d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui. Buenas noches, oh no, buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Estoy muy feliz de estar aquí con ustedes. So let's begin our practice. We're going to start sitting back in our chair, closing the eyes if that's comfortable for us. If it's not, we can simply tilt the chin downward and keep the eyes open. An important part of the yoga practice is the breath. We're going to be breathing in and out through the nose if we can. If at any time you feel lightheaded, it might be that the breath changed a little bit too quickly, and I would encourage you to scale back the changes so that they're more gradual. We'll do a few more breaths here. And if the eyes are closed, let's begin to flutter them open. From here, making our way to the edge of the chair, we will notice the core becoming activated almost immediately. We always begin our yoga practice with a warm-up through the 6 movements of the spine. The first 2 are cat-cow. We're going to inhale, have a slight arch in our spine, maybe even having the hands over the knees. And on the exhale, we're going to round chin to chest. And again, so this is 2 movements of the spine. We have that slight arch and that slight rounding. Let's do one more. Now these can also be done standing. We come to neutral. Now, if you find yourself on an airplane, the next one can be done without arms. So we inhale, we exhale, side bend. This is 2 more movements of the spine. We inhale, exhale, other way. Now, if we're not on a plane, maybe we'll take one arm up, exhale, side bend, other arm comes up. Now we may hear a little bit of cracking, popping sounds, and that's okay. What we want to make certain we avoid is pain. If we feel pain in any of the movements, I invite you to make your way out of them immediately. So maybe you're watching television at one point, feeling a little need to stretch. I would highly recommend the 6 movements of the spine. And the next time we side bend to your right, let's hold. Right fingertips reaching for the sky. Left sitting bones pressing into the chair. And making our way up. Exhale, other side. And again, if we're healing a shoulder injury, perhaps we're going to do this without the arms. Right sitting bone pressing down, right fingertips reaching up. And we meet in neutral. And our final 2 movements of the spine are twists. And so we inhale tall, maybe we're on a plane, exhale, twist, inhale tall, exhale, or we can take the arms up, exhale, twist. And the next time you twist to the right, I'm going to invite you to hold maybe the 2 hands to the outside of the right leg. Every inhale, we're a bit taller. Every exhale, maybe we twist a little bit more. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting to our other side. And returning to center. Now again, perhaps we're traveling. There's not enough room beside us, in front, behind. There's always a little bit of room up. We call this one apple picking, where we simply reach one arm up at a time and alternate. Last one. And we meet in neutral, bringing a bit of attention to the neck. We inhale, exhale, chin comes to chest. Then we begin to do a half circle. And then we return the chin to the chest. And we make our way to the other side. Again, there might be cracking, popping noises. and it's pain we want to concern ourselves. So if it's just the noises, we continue with the movement. This is our last one. We come to neutral, we inhale, exhale, gaze to one side. Inhale, center, as if we're watching a really slow tennis match. And I'm honored that my co-teacher is my spouse, Andre. You may see him exit in a few minutes as he's off to teach another class. And last time, on the next one, can we inhale, exhale, just a slight tilt. And then we inhale, center, and exhale, other side. And then the next time that we side tilt to your right, can we take the left arm away and downward, fingertips up to the sky? Option to take the right hand, bring it to the left side of the neck. Just give ourselves a little bit of a massage right there. We're continuing to breathe in and out through the nose if we can. Then we're going to take that right hand at the right tempo, help the head up, inhale, exhale to the left. Right hand goes down and away. Really focusing on thinking of right ear up. And then we're going to take an option is the left hand to the right side of the neck. Just a little bit of massage. And then we'll return that left hand to the temple, helping the head up. From here, flexing your left ankle and placing it above your right knee if we can. If that's not available, we can absolutely come here. Keeping that ankle flexed, we inhale. On the exhale, making a light hinge forward, and then we return to neutral. We might be feeling something in the sensation, the glute. My chair is squeaking. Let's do two more like this. So it's possible your chair is squeaking as well. That's okay. We meet in neutral, and for the next one, we have an option of taking your left hand to the to the left inner knee, maybe encouraging a little external rotation, a little slight lowering. Then we exhale, hinge again. Now this intensifies, so perhaps it's not the right choice for us today. We listen to the messages that our bodies are sending us. And on the next one, we're going to hold just for a breath or two. We come back up, and now thinking of that left foot and just starting to circle it in one direction. And we switch our direction. And then we point and flex. Last one. And let's uncross, taking our time. And then beginning to make our way to the right leg up. So right ankle flexes. We may notice a difference between the two sides. That's absolutely normal. And so we inhale, and on the exhale, we have that slight hinge forward. Inhale, neutral, and exhale. And from here, option to take that right hand to the inner right knee, maybe externally rotate, and exhale, hinge. There is a saying in the yoga world that if we listen to our body whisper, we will never have to hear it scream. And that's our goal today. Just listen to the whispers, to the messages. Let's hold here. So if we feel any tightness, that's information, a message that we're being sent that we might need to open up this area. We want to do so cautiously, safely. And we come back up from here. Can we circle that ankle? Oh, there was a big crack from mine. And then other way. And finally, we point and flex. Last one. We uncross. We inhale the arms up. We exhale, elbows bend, shoulder blades towards each other. We call these cactus arms or goalpost arms. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do a few more. And this time, can we hold in cactus arms, hands slightly back, elbows slightly forward, really feeling that those shoulder blades are going towards each other. And from here, we'll release the arms, connecting breath and movement. We inhale, exhale, hands come to our heart center. From here, we're going to take those hands up, inhale, circle downward, hands to heart, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And the next one will be the last one. We take a full breath, bringing our fingertips to our shoulders. If they won't reach, that's okay. We'll just have them hover above. If they reach, that's equally okay. We inhale. And on the exhale, can we bring those elbows towards each other? Circle back. And again, exhale is when we close, and inhale is as we open. And then let's just change that direction. And last one. Now, perhaps in our life, we've had a little bit of sciatic pain or just pain in the glutes. So we're going to do what we often call nerve gliding. So that cat-cow movement that we did earlier with our spine is going to come into play, and we're going to add one leg. And so on the inhale, we're going to lift one leg, slight arch, and on the exhale, leg comes down, we round. We'll do 3 more. And this is the last one. We will meet in neutral. And on our next inhale, taking the other leg up, slight arch, exhale round. We're beginning to involve the hamstrings as well. And that's what we're going to be focusing on next. Interlacing our hands behind our right knee if we can. If not, simply bringing that knee up, flexing the right ankle. And on the inhale, we're going to try to get that heel to the forward wall. And then exhale, bend. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more. Keeping just our right hand behind our right knee. Can we make circles? Motion brings lotion to the joints, changing the direction here. So we want to send that lotion. Last one. And then interlacing the hands behind the left flexing the left ankle. Inhale, pushing that heel to the wall in front of us, and we exhale, bend. 3 more. And then just keeping the left hand, we make these nice circles with the knees. And then we switch directions. And let's take just a breath or two right here. Taking our arms by our sides. Palms are downward. Can we open up the fingers very wide? And then can we take one arm forward, the other arm back? Fingers still open wide. And then let's take our hands in front of us here. Fingers are open wide, and we close. Open, close. And now we meet in neutral. Our palms are away from us, taking the palms towards us, away. So perhaps we're on the computer a lot. So again, we want to bring some lotion to these areas. Last one. We'll make a very light fist and simply circle our wrists. Another way. And from here, we're going to have the option to make our way to standing for a balance pose. Now you'll notice that my chair is on a yoga mat. This is so that if I need to hang on to it, the chair won't slide. We're heading into our balance pose. A lot of the times in the yoga world, we speak about fear of falling, and working on our balance can really be an important factor in helping us with that. And so the standing leg is the one that's closest to the chair. The knee is slightly bent and the glute is active. We begin to lift your left heel if that's the one that's to the outside. That heel can go to inner ankle, inner shin, and then we take the other hand up. This is tree pose. If we feel comfortable, we can release the chair. We can also definitely keep a hold on it. And if we're still seated, we're trying to get some outward rotation, so we can do this from our seated position as well. The arm comes down, as does the leg, and we begin to make our way to the other side of the chair, which is a great prop. And so this knee is soft, this glute is engaged. The heel furthest from the chair begins to come up. We pivot the knee open, heel either to inner ankle, inner shin, finding ourselves getting taller with every breath. And the arm comes down, as does the leg. I'm going to turn my chair so that you can see me as we do the next one. So we're going to do something called pyramid. We're going to take the right foot back, and it's not a very big step. Toes of both feet are pointing forward. We're going to engage the quads or have a slight bend in the knees. We inhale, we exhale to a forward fold. Maybe feeling a lot of sensation in the back of the leg that's closest to the chair. We inhale up, exhale, fold. And on the next one, can we hold here? We're going to think of that left hip bone, or whichever one is back. Try to bring that hip bone forward, and the other hip bone goes back. Likely a change in intensity here. So this one is called pyramid or intense side stretch. Now we're going to make a change. We're going to bend the back leg, start to take the toes and the ball of the front foot up, reaching the hips back. Then we'll return to a standing position, changing which foot is forward, which is back, as we return to our pyramid on this side. And so we inhale and we exhale, coming into that hip hinge. We inhale up. Now we're going to hold here and focus on taking the back hip bone forward, forward hip bone back. We begin to bend the back knee, toes and ball of the front foot lift, hips going back. We return to standing. We're going to bend your right knee slightly. Take the left arm forward. And then we're going to begin to take that elbow back. So whichever arm is going back, can we bend the opposite knee? Now I like to almost straighten as I come back, then bending one knee, opposite arm goes back. Last one on this side. And then we switch. So opposite knee and arm are working. And then I want to demonstrate my favorite yoga asana or pose using a chair, and we can be using it from this side or this one. And it's downward facing dog, which can be sometimes hard on the wrists. So what we'll begin to do is walk the feet slowly back till we're forming this reverse L shape. And the hips are back. The knees have a micro bend, a softness to them. Trying to take the hips back, option to bend one knee and then the other. And our core is very lightly engaged. Then we find a bit of stillness. Softening both knees, we begin to return towards the chair. And we will make our way to seated once again. Still finding ourselves sitting on that edge. We're going to inhale up. We call this mountain salute. We'll gently interlace the hands, take them to the back of the head. And from here, on the inhale, can we lift our heart, slight arch, and then we just come to neutral. We're going to do 3 more. Sometimes we get tight at the front of the chest from computer work, texting, reading, driving. Can we hold this next one just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? We release. And we take a moment to notice how we're feeling. Shavasana is what we call final relaxation. It's a very important part of the practice. If you ask most yoga teachers, the most important asana, the one not to skip, it is Shavasana. It gives our mind and our body time to take in what we've just done. So I'm going to invite you to sit back into the chair now. I'm going to read you something very quick. And then we'll have time for a few questions if you have any. And so we're seated back into the chair, feeling fully supported. Option for the eyes to be open or closed. I have a meditation book on my phone with one for every day of the year. I never look before, so this is the meditation for today's date. Offer love to generate love in the world. Deciding to offer love to another person is not about immediate reciprocity. The point is that by offering love, we are generating more love in the world, and thereby generating more love in our lives. Everyone benefits. It's true that if you offer loving behavior towards others, you are more likely to receive it. But even if the love you offer is not reciprocated, you have shown yourself that you possess so much love that you're able to offer it freely. Love offered is never wasted. A surplus of love in the world could only be a positive. So offer love, generate love, be loving. We have nothing to lose and we have everything to gain. And so we're going to take about a minute here in silence. Let's begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. We're bringing movement to the extremities. Maybe doing a bit of shoulder movement. Perhaps it feels like we want to move through the neck. Just becoming re-aware of the body, of our surroundings. Noticing the breath, the inhales and the exhales. And this concludes the practice portion of our presentation. I have about 5 minutes if anyone has any questions for me, and if not, then I will turn it over to Meg. Are there any questions for me?
Thank you, Francine. I'm wondering if some people might be curious if those who are just getting into or wanting to start a yoga practice, how long should you aim for when you're just getting started?
The thing about a yoga practice, that's an excellent question, Meg, thank you, is short practices are absolutely beneficial. And I would recommend a short practice more frequently Then, for instance, a longer practice just once a week. And so I do a 10-minute minimum practice every day without fail. When we add those 10 minutes up at the end of a week, a month, a year, it's quite substantial. So even just a few minutes is absolutely valuable. And I recommend when first starting out to go to shorter practices, just get familiar with a few poses and some of the terms and the names. And if you then feel called to a longer practice as you continue to evolve, to follow that route.
That's awesome. It's great. Great advice, because I think often we think, well, if we don't do a long practice, it doesn't count. But no, short is good. Short is so beneficial. So thank you. Any questions for Francine?
Yes, Francine.
Hello.
I did a couple of your drop-in classes at the Greenboro Community Center.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Pre-COVID. So are you still teaching there or not?
I am. And if you're looking, though, for classes from the comfort of your own home, we are now partnering with Meg, and we have still 2 classes left, and those are Tuesday at 1 p.m. So thank you for the question.
Okay, thank you.
And nice to see you, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions? Okay, we have a question in the chat.
Okay.
Are there more yoga exercises for balance?
Yes. The one that we did is called Tree, where we got into external rotation. What we can do is simply lift the knee. We can circle in one or both directions. We can even extend. So based on Tree, that's definitely something that we can do. The number 4 that we did seated at the start of the class can be done standing as well. So balance is really important, and especially I think we're being spoiled a little bit by the weather into December so far, but we know what's coming, and balance is a key component of every practice. Excellent question. I have time for one more if there's one more.
Okay, any other questions?
Now, if there's no other questions, but you think of one later, you can absolutely contact me or Meg. She will forward any questions she gets sent, and I believe that in the recording you're also going to receive my contact details, and you can write to me, of course, in English, French, or Spanish, whichever of those is most comfortable for you. And so what we're going to do now, we're going to close our practice with a cleansing breath. We're going to inhale the arms up. On the exhale, bring them to our heart. And in our cleansing breath coming up, we're going to inhale through the nose, out through the mouth with the sound of. And here we go. Inhale, exhale. We have the option of saying namaste if we wish at the end of the practice. I offer it to you with much gratitude. Namaste.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Francine. That was incredible.
Thank you for the honor.
All right. Now, don't leave too fast, because we will be finishing up with a short guided meditation. So if you are excited to really rest and settle into a bit more relaxation, we'll continue to do that from our chair. So I encourage you to get comfortable so you can sit right back against the chair, relax your shoulders, and you can either keep your gaze low by looking down towards the floor and keeping your eyes open, or you can choose to close your eyes and just let yourself really completely relax here. All right, so as we move into our guided meditation, I invite you to focus on your breath like we've been doing. So inhale through your nose, and then we're going to exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. We'll continue with this. And as we're focusing on our breath, just be aware of your feet. You may want to move your feet so that your feet are firmly planted to the floor. This is a very grounding motion, which helps us to feel supported. And as you inhale, allow your breath to fill your lungs. And on the exhale, just allow your body to relax a little bit deeper into your chair. So again, inhale, noticing that breath, and exhale, allowing your body to relax. So pay attention to that breath. Allow your body to feel a little heavier. Notice that seat underneath you that's supporting you. And breathing can really help us to stay present, especially when we notice our breath. And as well, it can help our body to function so much better. A lot of the time we do take shallow breaths. So do really imagine the breath going deep into your body. And allow every breath, every bit of your breath to come out as you exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Allow your body to relax a little deeper into your chair. 2. And then 1 more time. So continue with this breathing, and we're next going to focus on different parts of your body to fully relax. So let's start with your hands. As we inhale, let's make a fist and tighten up your hands and your fingers, and as you exhale, relax your fingers fully. So inhale, tighten, and exhale, fully relax. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Again, make a fist, inhale, and exhale, stretch it out. 2 more. And 1 more. And lower your hands to your lap. We're going to do the same thing with your feet. So let's inhale and press your toes into the floor. Exhale, relax those toes. Inhale, let's push those toes to the floor. Exhale and relax, lift them from the floor. Again, press as you inhale. Exhale, relax the toes. 2 more. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. And 1 more. Inhale, press the toes down. And exhale, relax and lift. So let's focus on our shoulders and your back. This is an area that holds a lot of tension. So as we inhale, let's lift your shoulders up towards your ears. And exhale, relax your shoulders down. Inhale, let's lift. And exhale and release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And 2 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. So continue to focus on your breath. And I invite you to reflect on this following question. What do you most appreciate about yourself? What do you most appreciate about yourself? So continue to allow your body to relax and just notice what comes to mind. It's easy to think about things that we are not doing or we haven't done, but I invite you to return your attention to what you are proud of, what you're doing, who you are, who you've become. Let your answers sink in. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth to solidify those answers. And then the final question that I invite you to ask yourself is, what are you most grateful for today? What are you most grateful for today? You can either keep your hands here on your lap, or you can move your hands in a prayer-like position right to your chest, right to your heart. Your attention on your breath, and also to the answers that may come. So I invite you to take 3 more deep breaths. Once again, noticing your feet under you and starting to wiggle your toes. And as you continue to think about gratitude, what you're grateful for, maybe who you're grateful for, I invite you to keep this in mind as you go throughout your day. And we're going to finish our guided meditation by taking 3 more deep breaths. And 2. And 1. Good. And again, you can bring your hands to your heart if they're not already there. And I want to thank you so much for joining Francine for our yoga class and for this guided meditation. So if you do have any questions, please put them in the chat. And I'd also love to hear about what you're grateful for today. So if you want to leave that in the chat before you head off, that would be wonderful. So as I mentioned at the beginning, if any of you are interested in joining a weekly class, Francine has partnered with me at AIM Fitness, and she's teaching a class Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. We have 2 more sessions before Christmas, a great thing to do leading up to the holidays. And then we have another session in January. So we'd love to have you join. And then one more thing I do want to mention before we close is that I do have another 5-day fitness challenge coming up in January. This will be happening before our next session in January. So I will be, well, Antoine will be passing on that link if you'd like to join us. I'm going to be doing free 15-minute workouts for you every day for 5 days. And that's going to be starting mid-January. So we'd love to have you join us for that as well. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for relaxing and focusing on your physical health and your mental health with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Meg. That's great. So I'm just gonna have a few closing words and then we'll finish the webinar. So I'd want to thank everyone that's still here for your participation in today's webinar. And we'd also, of course, like to thank Meg and Francine for their wonderful presentation. Just to remind you that you can look out for our follow-up email, and that'll include the information on how to access today's recording and the information about Meg and Francine and how to reach out to them. So we do hope that you still decide to participate in our mega recruitment drive and refer new members. Your branch always needs your help to grow so we can continue to offer these great webinars and other experiences to our members. Remember, you can always invite non-members to attend these webinars and to try us out as guests. And to register for any upcoming webinars, please visit the Ottawa branch website. We'll make sure to include that link in the follow-up email. So thank you, everyone, and see you at our next webinar. Merci beaucoup et au revoir.